Every cycle, one coin goes absolutely parabolic, and everyone swears they saw it coming. So let's ask the dangerous question everyone's whispering. What is the next coin to explode? Today, one name, Solana. But the word explode cuts both ways, and I'm going to be honest with you in a way most crypto channels never are. What actually decides whether a coin like Solana explodes, the hype, or something almost nobody watches? Stay till the end, because that one thing separates investors from gamblers. Every cycle, one coin goes absolutely parabolic, and everyone swears they saw it coming. So let's ask the dangerous question everyone's whispering right now. What is the next coin to explode? My name is Sargon, this is Strategy State, and today I'm putting one specific name under the microscope, Solana. But before you screenshot a ticker and bet your rent on it, I need to be straight with you in a way most crypto channels never are. Because the word explode cuts both ways, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what I mean. So here's the riddle to hold on to. What actually decides whether a coin like Solana explodes? The hype, or something almost nobody watches? I'll reveal the answer at the end, and it's the one thing that separates people who invest from people who just gamble. First, what even is Solana? Launched in 2020, it's a blockchain built for one obsession: raw speed. While older networks crawl and charge high fees, Solana was designed to process thousands of transactions per second for a fraction of a cent. Think of the crypto world as competing highways for money. Bitcoin is the vault. Ethereum is the busy financial district. Powerful, but often congested and expensive. Solana bet everything on being the fastest highway of them all. Cheap, instant, built for millions of users. That single bet is why it's in this conversation at all, and it has been a wild ride. Solana rocketed from around $20 to over $260 at its peak, minting fortunes on the way up. Then reality hit. Its total value locked fell more than 50% from the top, and the price crashed all the way back into the 60s. Sit with that for a second, because this is the part the hype accounts skip. If you bought at the very top, you watched most of your money evaporate. That is not a warning I'm inventing. That already happened to real people inside this exact coin. Volatility this violent is the price of admission here. So why is everyone talking about Solana again in 2026? Because something changed that has almost nothing to do with hype, and everything to do with Wall Street quietly walking in the door. Here's the first real catalyst. In late 2025, the first spot Solana ETFs launched, regulated funds that let big institutions buy SOL through a normal brokerage account. By 2026, they'd pulled in over $1 billion, and roughly 30 institutions, reportedly including names like Goldman Sachs, had built positions. That's not meme money, that's the suits arriving. And here's a detail almost too strange to be true. The new chair of the Federal Reserve himself, Kevin Warsh, is reportedly a Solana holder. When the person helping steer the entire US dollar quietly owns a crypto coin, that tells you how far this asset has crept into the mainstream. Now that doesn't make it safe. A famous holder is not a guarantee of anything, but it's a signal. A few years ago, the idea of a top central banker touching crypto was unthinkable. In 2026, it barely raises an eyebrow. The ground under this whole asset class has shifted, and the second catalyst is deep under the hood. Solana's dirty secret was reliability. It had a history of network outages, a nightmare if you want banks to trust it. 2 upgrades attack that head-on. Firedancer, a second independent engine targeting over 1 million transactions per second, and Alpenglow, which slashes confirmation from around 12 seconds to under 200 milliseconds. If these work at full scale, Solana stops being fast but fragile and becomes fast and bulletproof. Exactly the kind of reliability that turns a risky bet into real infrastructure banks can lean on. And this plugs Solana straight into the two biggest money magnets in all of crypto right now: real-world assets and AI. Tokenized treasuries, stocks, even real estate are moving onto fast blockchains. And speed is exactly what Solana sells. This is what people mean when they say narrative in crypto. Money doesn't flow evenly. It rushes toward whatever story feels like the future. Right now, two of the hottest stories are assets moving on-chain and AI needing fast, cheap computation. Solana is positioned to ride both at once. That's the bull case in a sentence. But now I keep my promise, because a one-sided pitch is how people lose money. For every reason Solana could soar, there's a real reason it could stumble, and you need to hear both. Risk 1. Competition. Solana isn't the only fast highway anymore. Ethereum's newer layers, plus rivals like Sui and Aptos, are all chasing the same crown. Risk 2. Those upgrades have to actually work at full scale. A single bad outage at the wrong moment could shatter the institutional trust it's spent years rebuilding. Risk 3 is the one beginners never see coming: regulation. Some ETF filings openly admit the odds of regulators calling Solana a security are higher than for Bitcoin or Ethereum. One harsh ruling in Washington could freeze the whole story overnight. And there are quieter cracks too. A lot of Solana's past activity came from memecoin gambling that has since cooled hard. Its validator count has actually shrunk, raising questions about how decentralized it really is. None of these kill the coin, but anyone who tells you it's a sure thing is lying to you or selling you something. So what about price? You've seen the wild predictions. Some analysts see Solana climbing toward $250 in 2026. Others see it stuck near $100. A few scream $500 or more by the end of the decade. But here's how a serious person reads those numbers. They're guesses, not promises. Every single one depends on the upgrades working, the ETF money continuing to flow, and the whole crypto market staying healthy. A price target without those conditions attached is just a wish with a dollar sign on it. So how should a smart person actually approach something like this? Not by betting the farm on a single coin and praying. The people who survive crypto treat it as the tiny, high-risk corner of a much bigger, boring portfolio. The rule serious investors live by: never put in more than you can afford to lose completely. And with a single crypto coin, completely is a real possibility. Spreading small amounts over time instead of betting one lump sum protects you from buying at the exact top, like the people who got wrecked at 260. There's also a quieter side to Solana most hype videos ignore: staking. You can lock up your SOL to help secure the network and earn a yield on it, a bit like interest. It won't make you rich by itself, and it ties up your coins, but it's a reminder that some of this ecosystem is about slow mechanics, not just fast gambling. And notice the mindset shift underneath all of this. Instead of asking, will this coin make me rich this month, the real question is, do I believe this network will still matter in 5 years? That single change turns gambling into investing. But holding that long-term view is brutally hard, because the market is an emotional machine designed to shake you out. Prices don't just move, they scream at you, daring you to react. Because here's the trap that catches almost everyone. When a coin is mooning, greed screams buy at the top. When it crashes, fear screams sell at the bottom. The hype cycle is engineered to make you do the exact opposite of what works. And Solana's chart is a perfect record of that emotional roller coaster. The person who quietly builds a position based on belief in the technology and then ignores the daily noise tends to do far better than the one chasing green candles at 2 a.m. Boring conviction beats frantic gambling almost every time. So let's finally answer the riddle from the start. What actually decides whether Solana explodes? It was never the hype, never the price predictions, never the influencers. It's one unglamorous word: adoption. Does the technology actually get used? Do the upgrades hold? Do real businesses, real payments, real institutions build on it and stay? If yes, the price eventually follows the reality. If no, all the hype in the world becomes a trap that empties your wallet. And that's the part the hype accounts will never say. Don't chase the coin that already exploded. Study whether the network underneath it is actually being adopted. The explosion everyone can see is the past. Adoption is the quiet signal that hints at the future, long before the chart catches up. So is Solana the next coin to explode? Honestly, maybe. It has real technology, real institutional interest, and real catalysts. It also has real competition, real regulatory risk, and a real history of brutal crashes. Anyone who gives you a simple yes or no is not being honest with you. So do your own research, size your bets so a total loss wouldn't hurt you, and never confuse a lottery ticket with a retirement plan. And hey, if Solana does 10x and you get rich, remember who gave you the balanced take instead of the hype. If it taught you something, a like and subscribe keeps Strategy State honest in a space full of salesmen. I'm Sargon. Invest with your eyes open, and I'll see you in the next one.